Alright, what's poppin', everybody? Today's Friday, December 1st. That's right, the first day of the last month of the year. Oh man, did I already scrape up my mic? Makes me sad. But I wanted to put out this post out real quick because I'm about to go out to eat dinner with the fam bam, and I do plan on having a few cervezas. And I have a long ass day tomorrow. My cousin's getting married, plus we're doing my wife's maternity shoot. So I'll be dressed up all day running around. So I wanted to get this out tonight now before I forget or I don't have any time. So UFC 218 is coming up. It's going to be held in Detroit. The card was almost jeopardized because Frankie Edgar was supposed to be headlining with Max Holloway for that 145-pound belt, the featherweight belt. He fell out because of injury, and so Aldo stepped up real quick. Which kind of makes sense. I mean, Aldo has been the champ for so long, took out everybody. Unfortunately, most people will only remember him for being the guy that got GTFO'd by Conor McGregor. But what can you do? Them's is how the cookie crumbled, for him at least. But yeah, so anyways, we got that fight on the card. Then we got, oh my God, I am so excited to see how this guy, Francis Ngannou, does against a caliber fighter like Overeem, right? Overeem's consistently been a top 5 heavyweight his whole career once he got up to heavyweight in whatever sport he was choosing to fight in. K1, Dream, UFC, Pride, all that shit. Top tier. Even post steroids, like still, he's so skilled. He's still killing it. The only thing is that, and I'll get into it more, but I think, well, let me start with the Holloway thing. Holloway, Aldo fight, I think the only difference is we're going to see Aldo throw a whole lot of leg kicks. I don't see Aldo really trying to take the fight to the ground. But if that's the case, I think it's going to be just like the first fight. I don't think Aldo likes to swim in deep waters. I think he likes to play in the shallow end. What I mean that is that he can't go and fight at a top level in 4 or 5 rounds. Most people can't. And the young, hungry lion that is Holloway is going to be too much. The reach, the height. The weight cut was bad for both of them, though. When I saw their weight cut, man, they were zombied out. So they both had tough weight cuts, which neutralizes that. But Holloway's just on a different momentum level, too. I mean, yeah, he's on a high. So I think Holloway takes it. Ngannou over Overeem. I think Overeem's chin is going to fail him. I just think that Ngannou has way too much power, and if all he has to do is touch Overeem once, and he's going to go night-night, and that's how I see that fight going. Left hook. I'm going to say left hook. Cejudo. So I don't know. I know you guys don't know who Cejudo is, but you probably know the name Anthony Pettis. Well, Cejudo's fighting Anthony Pettis' little brother, Sergio Pettis. And I think this is the most guaranteed win on the card. I mean, I think the odds are right. I'm not going to play it. It's minus 300. But I think Cejudo destroys everyone in that division, not named Demetrius Johnson. And I actually think he is the ultimate guy who will dethrone DJ once in like 3 years. I think DJ's still too good right now, and Cejudo admits it. He doesn't want that rematch. Even after he beats Pettis, I guarantee you in the interview, he ain't going to be begging for Demetrius. He's going to want another fight before he fights Demetrius. And I think he better hurry up because TJ's Dillashaw's been campaigning like a motherfucker to fight Demetrius. And at this point, now that Demetrius has the longest record of title defenses, he's kind of considered the GOAT right now. Nobody wants to see him fight anyone at 125 pounds that he's already fought. Nobody wants to see that. And unfortunately, I don't think Demetrius has a choice. So if Cejudo wants to beat Demetrius while he's still champion, he needs to hurry up and destroy Pettis, get another fight in, and just go. He needs to fight him. And then, man, the hardest pick of all the fights today have been Eddie Alvarez versus Justin Gaethje. So I did a shit ton of research today because I want to bet on this fight bad. And the line is, I believe Alvarez is plus 155. Gaethje is like minus 185, maybe 200. But ultimately, initially I went with Gaethje, but after my research and just checking out their fights, I went with Alvarez. And here's why. I think Alvarez is going to win by right uppercut or right knee, maybe flying knee. And it's just because of the way Gaethje likes to defend. I mean, the first round, he has good head movement. He's got a great coach in Trevor Whitman, the same coach as Rose Namajunas. But I also think that the coaching advantage goes to Eddie Alvarez because Mark Henry, who's Eddie Alvarez's coach, has a better tool, which is Eddie Alvarez. Alvarez is more versatile. He's more coachable in that way. Justin Gaethje, we know what he's going to do. He's going to come forward like a zombie. He's not going to take a step backwards. He's going to make you go into deep waters immediately. Throws a shit ton of inside and outside leg kicks. I mean, Eddie Alvarez's legs are going to get beat up. But Gaethje's flaw is he likes to defend and tuck his chin down. Like his forehead must be made of granite because he doesn't care. He'll take a million punches to give it, and God, does he give it. Go watch that Michael Johnson fight. Watch Justin Gaethje versus Michael Johnson. Holy shit. I just think that Eddie Alvarez is just as gritty, and that right uppercut is going to just come up. So he likes to guard like this. He's going to come right up that pipe and just crack. And I could be wrong, but I want to play that one. And then a bonus fight, as far as one that I want to play, is Paul Felder versus Oliveira. I think Paul Felder is one of the nastiest Muay Thai practitioners in MMA. He just wasn't in the right situation, and he was hopping from camp to camp for a while, but I feel like he's got his stride now. Oliveira is super nasty too, but he's coming off of some pretty bad, not bad fights where he took a lot of punishment. He got hit a ton. But I think Paul Felder is just a monster, and I'm excited to see him back in action. So I'm playing those. So the fights I'm gonna bet is Ngannou. I think he's minus 235. I want to play Cejudo, but I'm not. I'm gonna play Eddie Alvarez at plus 155, and then I'll play Paul Felder, who I believe is plus 110 or minus 110. Yeah, Holloway, I fucked up. Holloway on November 27th was only minus 180, and I didn't have a book at the time. So you know. But yeah, anyways, those are the ones I'm gonna play. Of course, I'll do a UFC 218 hangover podcast after the fact, analyzing, see where I was right, see where I was wrong. But yeah, hopefully these tips, these insights will help you make your decisions if you're playing, or if you're watching the fight, it'll make the fight more exciting. But yeah, be on the lookout for that UFC 218 hangover podcast. Usually I do it the day after. Yeah, that's it. Keep it short and sweet today.
Rise up, create a bigger buzz than a brewery. You know we shining brighter than Santana jewelry. Flying higher than the bird gang with the wordplay. My flow stay liquid so I never get thirsty. Woke up with a dream, rise up regime. Wrote out the blueprint, came up with a scheme. Just one goal, put Atlanta on the screen. ATL's best, yeah, got him on my team. Rise up, find us, straight swarming like a killer bee. Another competition like a rookie versus